Welcome to another weekly MX5 Restorer update. It's a lovely sunny Friday morning in July. Just thought we'd give you a tour around the workshop to see what we've got going on. Thought we'd start with this Mark 1 that we've got for sale. It's a UK 1.8 IS, 75,000 miles. Really nice car actually. The paintwork's in original condition, it's really good. And we've got this one up for 4995. Nice little MX5. If anyone's interested, give us a call, come down for a test drive. Happy to take you out in that. Right, let's go show you around the workshop quickly and see what we've got on, what we've been doing this week and what we're starting. It's usual, the rust repairs is most of what's going on today. So we've got this Mark 1 S Special?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's S Special, isn't it? This has come in for some arches, seals, no not arches, just seals I think this one's having. But this one's all been cut out. And you can see, so the inner seal's been cut out. This one had some rust behind this panel here, so we've cut this panel out to rectify the rust and we'll be welding that back in place in situ. A few more bits and pieces to be welded on the jacking points. But this one had quite a bit of filler in it. But again, didn't look too bad from the outside, but when you cut these things open, you never really know what you're going to find sometimes. Okay, on the ramp behind Gareth, we have another rusty MX5. This one's been started. Ashley was doing this, he's on holiday, so this one's halted for a little while. But as you can see, all the inner arch lips, it's all rotted out. This will all be remade and fabricated back to original. The inner seal has been cut out. It's all been cleaned up, ready to work on, but the arch has got to be cleaned up and made on this side. So on this side's been started. So this was pretty much like you saw on the other side. The inner arch lip had to be completely remade, which has been done, and the outer panel has been spot welded in. Not spot welded, but we start tack welding it in. So this is ready to be finished off. All the inner seals are replaced. Seal end plate has had some work on it as well. It's all pretty common these days on the Mark 2s and 2.5s. We're actually finding a lot of issues with the Mark 2.5 up in the inner arch. So this we've had them where this whole area here is going to be completely rotted out and underneath the battery box as well. Rare, but we're starting to see it more. So if you're concerned about rust, that's another area where if your arches are really bad, it could be really bad inside the inner arch as well. Okay, this one hasn't started yet. This one is just going into the process of starting to be cut out, so you can see that we've got protection in the doors here, just about to cover up the door, just so we can keep the inside of the cars really clean when we're working on them. I don't think there's really any need to show the other side really, it's completely the same. This is a lovely Mark 3 Sport Black, a limited edition. I think there's only 500 of these made. This one is the high 400s or something like that. This one's come to us. Very clean underneath to start with, but the customer's gone for an underseal just for some future protection, which is always advisable on the Mark 3s. We are seeing a lot of rust issues on the Mark 3s, so prevention is critical, as with all MX5s really, on the underseals, just helps them. This one's had a full underseal. It's had all the cavity wax sprayed into a lot of the areas, into the rear arches, floor rails, parts of the subframe, just to help give that extra protection. I think this is a daily drive for a customer. Looks good. And that's it really. Oh, maybe we might talk about this then a little bit. That's Gareth's pan round. This is my own car. And anyone that does know me and knows my history will know that I like to turn things up. So I got bored with things going wrong, and I decided to do a build which was going to give me the power that I wanted, reliable power, and the build has just sort of gone on and it's sort of escalated, which I'm happy about. I wanted to do something that was a little bit different, not necessarily different to what anyone else is doing on MX5s and any other cars, but just something that took it away from, made it more custom and more bespoke to what we can do. I'll give you a brief rundown. I'll do another video on a more complete breakdown, but we've got a manifold that's been made for us. We've got a guy that's working with us that's designed this manifold, and he's made that for us, which is a much better flow manifold than the log manifold that I had on the car. The engine is a 1.8 VVT, which has been taken to 1.9. It's got forged internals, valve springs, and you can probably notice that the inlet manifold on here is a little bit different to the stock. This is a Skunk 2 racing inlet manifold with a Skunk 2 throttle body on the manifold. This will allow better flow into the engine, and obviously the throttle body being updated, which Gareth's going to do a video in the coming weeks on repairing his, because when you turbo an MX5 and you run significant boost, the throttle body, the butterfly in the throttle body has been known to snap.
And mine has.
Yeah, but I think you've got lucky. I think it's still in your inlet manifold, it hasn't gone in your engine.
We'll find out.
Yeah. So that's it really. I'll do more of an in-depth breakdown on this build, but I'm trying to get it done, but it's just taking a bit of time, as with all builds. So okay, thanks for watching. If you want any questions, if you're interested in the red one, give us a shout, come down, have a test drive, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.